Alright everyone, so in the previous video what we did was we made sure that at the beginning of the game the ghost reappears in a random spot, and the way we did that is we hit the ghost, we got the ghost to glide 4 seconds to a random position, and only then we showed the ghost. And this is similar to what we did earlier when we got the ghost to respawn. So when the ghost disappears because it's been zapped by lightning, it hides, which is to say it goes invisible. It glides to a random position, taking about 4 seconds. And then it shows itself. Now, if you're the player of the game, it looks like you're fighting multiple ghosts. Every time you zap a ghost, a few seconds later, a new ghost appears. And that's what we want. We want it to appear that way for the player. But we know that what's going on behind the scenes is it's just one ghost that's going invisible and then visible again. Now, it turns out there's a problem with this solution. The problem is that while the ghost is invisible and moving to a new position, the wizard can still bump into it and take damage. And we don't want that. We want it to seem as if the ghost has gone away entirely. So how do we stop the ghost from damaging the wizard while it's moving around invisibly? Well, what we're going to do is we're going to create a new variable. And I already did it when I was warming up for this video, but I'm going to do it again. So make a variable. I'm going to call it ghost visibility. And I want this to be available for all sprites. Why? Because I want the ghost to determine whether it's visible or not. Every time it gets zapped, it should be able to change this value to make itself invisible. But I also want the wizard to know whether it's visible. So I want that code to be able to check ghost visibility so that it knows whether to take damage or not. If that doesn't seem very clear, hopefully you'll see what I'm doing as we go. So for all sprites, ghost visibility, okay. So now I've got my new variable. And what I'm going to do in this video is I'm just going to code it so that the ghost is visible and invisible at all the right times. And then in the next video, I will stop the wizard from taking damage when it's invisible. So the first thing is when the flag is clicked and the ghost hides, I want to set the ghost visibility to invisible. And then it glides 4 seconds to its random position. It then shows itself. I want to set the ghost visibility to visible. Okay, so when it's hidden, now Scratch knows that our ghost visibility equals invisible. And later this is going to determine whether or not the ghost is able to do damage. And then later when it shows itself, now it resets that variable to visible. And then we're going to do the same thing down here. So when I receive tell ghost to disappear, so when the ghost has been told to disappear because it's been zapped, it hides. We set ghost visibility to invisible, and then it glides to a random position, it shows itself, and we set ghost visibility to visible. So I've used the words invisible and visible. You could use 0 and 1. So ghost visibility is 0 means it's invisible and 1 means it's visible. There are advantages and disadvantages to using 0 or 1 instead of words. The advantage to using words is that we remember what they mean. So this time I'm choosing to use words, but another time I might choose to use 0s or 1s. Just depends on the situation. Okay, so that's that. In the next video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to code things up so that the wizard doesn't take damage when the ghost is invisible. So I'll see you then. Thank you for listening, and if you find this video useful, please hit like and subscribe.